sometimes take for granted.
What's up, Dad?
D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a
Oh man, that's great. What's going on? Welcome to Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. So here we are chilling in the dad lab with the most dynamic, astronomical dudes ever, right? Right. How's everything going, man? Good for me as well. I got a good dose of NFL action this weekend, even though, of course, it's preseason football. We all understand that. Just got to watch a bunch of games, man, and that's always a pleasure, at least for me, because I really dig football. So I didn't really care who was playing. I just wanted to see people play. I did, however, of course, watch Dallas and Denver, and Dallas's second team, even though it's a bunch of young guys, so taking that into full consideration. Just watching the game overall, though, there were some bright spots for Dallas, so those would be cool to bring into the regular season. The penalties not so hot. Not looking forward to having to focus that hard on penalties because we had 17 in one game for like 124 yards, and those are yards lost. Those are yards taken away. Definitely not on the plus side of the ball. So but Denver's second team, wow, those dudes were cooking. I mean, they just looked good. We had blown coverages with the corners, just certain things. But everybody's got to get seasoned, and if you're a rookie and you're brand new, then there it is. Hey, what's up, Ev? How you doing today? So I'm just like, yeah, it was painful to watch just because it's your team losing the game, but as painful to watch them lose with the knowledge that it's just the preseason, and a lot of these guys are rookies, and the game speed's changed for them, as they say. Don't know, I've never played professional football, but they always tout that the game speed changes. So I'm like, whatever. So I don't know. I gotta focus on dinner tonight too, because today was the first official day for everybody to do everything officially with school and such. So family is doing good. Good to hear that you're doing well. Just kind of moving through the day thus far. Been on the laundry tip, on the getting dinner prep tip, because once everybody gets home, they're gonna be famished. So to make sure that that's happened. I just got done folding 3 loads of clothes. Got that handled. Just task oriented today. Not so much outside. I'll do outside Wednesday, maybe Wednesday morning. Get back on some more weeds or something. Try to spread the tasks out so I don't get overwhelmed. Because I'm telling you, you could do it easily, especially with everything that's happening. Like, my daughter's moving out this week at some point, so I got to get prepared to help her take these boxes she done boxed up and put them in the car and get them where they're going. And it's crazy because I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, like she's got stuff boxed up. She's ready to bounce, man. It's time to go do the grown up thing. I'm like, man, oh man. So it's coming. Just gotta suck it up, Dad, and take it, cause all of us have to grow up and move forward. It's just harder when you're, I guess, hard for you as a parent when you've put like this, when you have to put this much time in, kind of, you know what I'm saying, and just like, yo, like, wow, growing up. But at the same time that it's hard, it's easy because I do see the growth and I do understand that you got to do it. We all got to do it at some point. Unless you're, that guy who's still living in the basement or the attic or just kept his room or her room and still live at home. And that's fine, you know. Right? It's like, keep hoping she'll move. It's great though, because there's like that independence that I know she's gonna gain when she does, move out. But at the same time, mine is about the safety. I just really hate the way the community has kind of gone downhill where she's going to be trying to live at. Not to say that it was ever great, but just not really super excited about where she's going. And things seem to have picked up there, negative energy wise. So I don't know. And maybe that's just because when you're not aware of something like that, you don't really pay close attention to it. And then when you do become aware of something like that because it's pertaining to you or someone you love or so on and so forth, then maybe you focus and you're like, hey, wait a minute, that's not such a good area. But, it's going to be imbued with college students. So hopefully everybody's just there on the school tip handling the business. But I'm sure there's always a few strays because that happens everywhere, right? Somebody got in. Who's the guy with the scar over his left eye? And he's not a football player. Arr. Oh my goodness. I remember pretty well when I went into the army and I left my mom. And my mom was like crazy because I went and stayed down at the hotel as opposed to staying at the house and leaving from there because I just figured that was going to be harder for her and myself to bounce and get the move on. And strangely enough, it worked out, but it was sad because I didn't get to see my mommy before I left. Very true. I don't really too much live in fear though, just for her safety because I know, everybody talks a good game of, oh, I do this, I do that kind of thing, right? And my daughter just doesn't seem like she's a proven scrapper. I mean, I know if something serious enough happens or what's not, she would attempt to defend herself. But that's really my biggest thing is just her safety because in the area that she'll be hanging out in is like, I guess there's just been on the news a little bit more, and I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy, man. Nah. But I do know that she'll be okay. She's got a good boyfriend and watches over her very, very diligently. So I think she'll be all right. Rent-wise, I know she's got that. She's a good worker and she's a super smart student, so she's handling that business too. So just keep it going. That's all she's got to do is just keep it going. Manifest the appropriate destiny, which is the good one, right? That's the one we want. It's super cool though to have somebody to talk to on this wonderful platform that we're bringing you, this choppy of daddy. It was great because I was asked if the show was, specifically for us guys, and definitely isn't. Just since you're here, I just want to say that, I just enjoy sharing, and I figured the best way to share would be, from my perspective of a dad. So hence the name Dadchop, dad chopping it up. But everybody else is welcome. Like I said, I like to talk, so we can get it in. Man, woman, child, come forth and be with us, join us. So, make sure this is good here. Yeah. So yeah, football. I was one other thing I wanted. One other. Oh, the referees. That's what I was gonna say though too. The referees were kind of wilding out this weekend with the calls, man. Like I know they're warming up too and getting back into the season and such. But goodness gracious, there was some ticky tack fouls called in a lot of games, just where you're like, yo, it's kind of got to get that in check, guys, because those are the calls that'll make the difference during the regular season that we'll all be mad about as fans. Whether you support the Raiders, the Chiefs, Green Bay, it doesn't matter if it's a whack call. It's gonna that can affect your team. Then you're not gonna ride the wave if it stinks, right? So, got to get that tight, refs. Got to get that tight. It's a good narrative, you know. I was saying, and she enjoys listening to other people's lives. Like it's nice. It's good though. I do too. I like to hear stuff about what's going on in the world like that. That's why I always say like this. The Dadchop John is cool because we can get together and we can all share these experiences. Because more than one of us has had them, or will have them, or is on their way to having them, or is a long way. Because some of y'all might be really young parents, you may not even be there yet, you know. So when you do get there, you have a reference point, right? Just you're like, just Google it. Yeah, it's great. But you know, gotta also take what you get from every resources with a grain of salt. You know, I'm living what I experienced and what I'm experiencing with my kids right now. So that's what I could definitely share. And some of those instances will be, some of the instances, I guess, will be relevant to you, I guess, and then some won't, right? Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how we're going to get more people up in here to hang out with us and chit chat about these different things. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pumped. So I watched 2 movies this weekend, and I'm still puzzled on the third one, because the third one's that series, The Sandman, on Netflix, and I don't know if I want to get into another series. I mean, I already have plenty to kind of keep up with and keep tabs on. It's kind of like, it seems like so much. But then it doesn't, because then when there's nothing there to watch and I got to wait for the next season, then I'm sitting here like, oh man, what is there to watch? What is there new to watch? And I don't just like to just watch like any old thing, you know, like I'm not like one of those pick something for me Netflix and give it to me kind of guys. Nah, I gotta like pick what it's gonna be so I know I could just at least enjoy it. But I will say that I watched Day Shift with Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, and Dave Franco, and that movie was funny. It was there was action, like plenty of action. Snoop was pretty cool. I liked his character, his cowboy hat on. Jamie Foxx's character was cool. It was a cool plot, you know, behind what was going on. So it worked out. It was a good flick. And I watched Office Invasion, where the aliens are gonna take over or whatever, and they're in the office building. That was funny as well. And then, like I said, get to the Sandman, and I don't know yet. I just don't know if that's. I mean, it looks good. It looks interesting. You know, it looks cool, but I don't know if that's the move to make. And then there's a ton of stuff still coming. I mean, my goodness. No, I'm gonna say it. The next season of He-Man, right? More He-Man and Skeletor, but that's just. I think more so because I watched He-Man when I was growing up and caught that with the whole He-Man, She-Ra John, and then now I'm here, so sometimes just watching stuff like that, even if it's new, just want to see what they did with the characters or what they're doing with the story, so I'll do that. Oh, what movies have I been in? Well, I was in Beer for My Horses, where I'm bathroom gang member number 3. I was on Breaking Bad, Mr. Wilson, and No Rough Stuff type deal episode, first season. Um, hmm, let's see, I was in. Oh my God, like, it's so crazy because I've been in, and my memory just stinks when it comes to stuff like that at points because I really don't. I remember, but I don't focus on it. So just give me a second. You know, like some people want to have the ability to just run off their resume so that they look hoity-toity. And for me, it was work, and I super enjoyed every opportunity. Oh, that's right. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I gotta think. Um, Border Town with J Lo, Longest Yard. I was an inmate. There's a lot of guys from out here that were in that movie too. Shout out to Lonnie, my man Tony. um, let's see, Love and Dancing. I was in. At the End of the Spirit, I am Octopus when his back is turned to the camera, of course. Samuel L. Jackson was no longer in town to shoot, and I was offered the opportunity to actually body double for him as his character in the movie. So when he's getting shot at, when he's shooting at the helicopter, at the very end, it's a flash scene fairly, but once lifting the guns and everything, that's all me from the back, wearing the octopus costume. Yes, that was awesome. That was a great opportunity. I mean, everything that I've done was a really good opportunity. I mean, I'm a gamer. I'm the security guard that's with Terry Crews on the platform. I'm in the prison scene. There's like a couple things that I did there, but I ended up probably mostly on the cutting room floor in that movie, even though, like, I was in a ton of scenes, a ton of footage in that flick. It was just after they cut it down and made it the way that they made it, very flashy and like this memory based like kind of movie. Like it all just got cut up, I'm sure. Let's see. I know, right? Like can never remember when I need to. I love that because yeah, it just always seems like that. Like somebody will ask me and I'll be like, yeah, I was in this and I did that, and then seems so lame, and then you're like, wow, those should be the things that you want to just say, right? But I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I'll brag about it, I guess, enough. Maybe I should start, huh? Gas my head up. I can walk like that. What's wrong with that dude's head? It's ginormous because he's so full of himself. No, can't be me. But yeah, Monday started off pretty strong. Got my son up this morning successfully. Got him to school successfully. So, thus far, no message to tell me that he missed a class or anything. And I know that that was on me the other day because I just didn't do it right, man. Sometimes I don't ride him hard enough. I guess I should just be in there. But I always feel like I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, like, oh, he'll get up, he'll do the thing, and then he doesn't. And then just makes you feel like, dang, dude, like I tried to instill that trust in you to get it done, and you couldn't get it done. And now I got to come in here and poke and prod and bother you. And then you're going to get irritated because you're going to be like, oh, my God, I got it the first time. But clearly the first time never works. Second or third time barely works. And by the fourth or fifth time, you're just like, dude, get up, function, let's go. So that is always a process. And my guy is the guy that gets up last minute and swears he's going to take a freaking shower. And I'm like, dude, you got like no time because you killed it all laying in bed, right? But he'll do it. He'll put the shower in. He's still going to take care of himself. I'm like, boy, I tell you. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. The Malargo Bean Field War and the Lone Ranger. Her husband was in that. That's awesome. I was in Cowboys and Aliens. They had a cavalry scene, black cavalry, and I was wearing all the stuff, Cav Soldier, and then they cut that scene out of the movie. So, because they had the Native American guy, the aliens had him in the forest in a tree or something like that, and the creature was there, and they cut that scene. So, but we spent however many hours shooting that. And then we shot that. The one movie scalped, but they never released it or did anything with it, I guess. So I guess I can't really divulge too much on that. But they shot that. That was the longest shoot I've ever been on. Outside of that, I guess that's it. I mean, there's, like I said, there's plenty on the resume. I just don't remember every one right this second. That is so bananas. And you want to just grab the list and start reading it and go, oh, I did this and that and this and that. Can't do it. No time. Right? No time like the present. Dogs have come to visit me, which is awesome. I just wonder when they would get back here. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes they don't come at all. I figured maybe take a nap, hop up, come see what Dad's doing, and there they are, the fur babies in the back. I don't really know what they're up to other than potentially cleaning themselves or one another, but that's always the course of the day for them. Just chilling. Which is funny because, you know, when you think about it, dogs really, they hang out. That's what they do. No matter where I go, like if I go to my friend Jay's crib and he's got the dogs out and they're moving around, they're like somewhere hanging out. Whether it's outside hanging out, just doing what they do, or just in the house or, you know, wherever they reside, like that's kind of like where they're at. With my dogs, kind of the same thing. Just sort of lounge, get up when it's time to eat, go outside when it's time to go outside. But lounging is still a big portion of that, even when they're outside. Oh man, what up, Clay? Oh man, Clay is in the house. Man, I missed the birthday party. That was, everybody's getting old, man. They're old, not old, but older. It's like just crazy. Like I don't think any of the dudes I hang with or know feel old, but dang, I'm pretty sure as the number increases, we're like, dang, slow down. So, I don't know. Oh, man. I know you saw them Eagles, the Eagles, play. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? How you doing? Petting cheesecake. Unique. So, 1 week countdown, and then I'm wondering how empty my house is going to feel. Because when this girl bounces, it's like her brother's already, you know, say he's making plans to switch rooms. Like, I'm going to switch rooms. I'm like, boy, just stay in your room. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. Yes, time is zooming on us, man. That is very true. But it's cool because it's like it was good to see. Like I saw the pictures, and you know everybody still looks good. LaShawn, Jamal, you know what I'm saying? All y'all look great, man. So it was cool to see everybody in the pictures, man. So yeah, I'm just like, it's been good, but yeah. I'm just pausing in thought because I'm like, damn, man, my daughter is moving out. I think she just actually walked in the door because I just heard the door close behind me. Nope, I have not. I've had a ton of auditions though, man. Like I've had a lot of auditions, but I've been on absolutely nothing. I haven't booked anything, so and I've had some pretty hot auditions and just didn't haven't booked. But maybe I feel too like Most High is always looking out, and this could just be one of those times where until I get this surgery done, it's not time right now. So tomorrow I'll meet with the kidney dude, and then after I get the kidney dude um, handled, I'll know when they'll get ready to book the abdominal reconstruction and the kidney because they're gonna do both at the same time as my preference, so I can just be down the one time and just be one big one, and I can just get back up and get it back on. So, hey, I appreciate that, sir. Right? He says he can't get these kids out of here. Heck no, you know, Tristan's gonna be that dude. I think my son Tristan's gonna be the guy who's like, I'm down to just be here. Like I could do it. My daughter, she's more independent, so she's really just trying to. She's been telling me she's gonna move out since she was like 16, and one day I'm gonna move out, and when I do, and that's been her running promise to me for years now, at least 4 or 5. When she goes, she's good, and I'm like, okay, just remember that, because you know, just remember. All right, because I am. Remember, you said you wanted to leave, so adios, chica. Indeed. Yeah, right. Swallow one big pill, right. Just get it all done with, and then that way it's handled, and then whatever. Because the dude tried to tell me about the pain um, for the reconstructive surgery portion, and I just laughed. I was thinking to myself, wow, okay, well, I already got this nice giant scar that runs down my abdomen, and my belly button's over here somewhere and twisted this way, and then uh, everything they had to do in order to get that there, and how painless was that healing. And then I had the wound vac in order to even try to seal it, so I wore that for a few months. And then all the hoses and tubes that were stuck in me from my back to my sides and my front. So yeah, I'm like, look, I was being drained and all kinds of crap, man. So not saying that it isn't going to hurt, but I came home pretty jacked up in 2019 anyway, so it'll just be a revisit. I think I could handle it. I handled it to this point, right? Let's see what we got going on here. Let me catch up with y'all real quick. I already changed the keys, no U-turns. I love it, right? Like, yeah, right? I sold your bed. All your stuff is gone, girl. I don't even know where you live anymore. Ev, it's never selfish to focus on you. And that's one of the things that when I'm on these broadcasts, I always like to talk about health because I'll say men's health sometimes in the segment, but what I mean is everybody, ultimately, everybody needs to be making sure they get checked, get that annual physical, because it's better to be in the know, I feel like, rather than wait until, it's horrible or metastasized or some crap like that. Now you're at the back end of it going, okay, if I'd have known earlier, would I have been able to do some things to, get rid of the disease, prolong my life, help myself out health wise? This right here has been the absolute worst because I've been herniated since I left the hospital. Like I left the hospital with them telling me you're herniated, but we can't do any more procedures because we've done enough to you already this year. So then that was kind of like that wasn't happening, and then you figure I had to heal and like recoup the ability to, like I said, even bending down or getting on the floor was like nuts for like over a year. like I said, just last year at the half of the year, I was finally able to just bend over without my back feeling like it was gonna catch fire. It was like insanity. It was like I couldn't lay on my side when I came home. I was on a walker, wheelchair, cane. I was in. It was like I was going through it. It was a lot to go through. But nonetheless, not pity party wise, just saying a lot to go through to recoup, but I'm still here and I'm banging. So now we just got to get through this next phase of repair, and then hopefully we'll be good. And I'm just like, yo, cheers. What's up, man? It's your bond. It's my man T. So what's up? Right, right. That's very true. 'Cause, man, the thing with the 2019 for me though was I didn't even know because I had just had my physical. So when I got sick, it was like it wasn't even sick. My eyes just turned yellow. I called my doctor and said, "Hey, you just put me on these new pills. Is that what could have done it?" He's like, "I don't know. You should go get checked." And then that's when they said I had a gallbladder issue. Other than that, we weren't even talking about gallbladders or stones or anything. Like there was just that wasn't even nothing. That was nothing. There was no conversation there. And then, like I said, when they discovered that, then they worked on that, and then did the other, and then from there, yeah. But like I said, I'm here now, and just staying on top of this to get it fixed, because I would really like to normalize myself and the condition, so I can get back to not even normal. I mean, geez, not I can revert, even though I wish I could. I need the fountain of youth. Where is it at, Clay? I thought we had discovered this already by now. But, no. But yeah, just trying to stay on top of it so I can progress instead of regress. So these go, and I think I'll be all right. And then outside of that, man, just maintain it. I got my eyes checked. Of course, I have LASIK, but there's always that little slight vision loss as you get older. So got some, I don't even know if the script is really that strong or not, but I do know that I got a slight adjustment, so I'm comfortable when I'm doing the night drive thing. Because, that's not a good look. What up, Reg? How you doing, sir? Indeed. Working on the time machine. Thank you, Clay, because I'm going to need it in like a minute. Or that cybernetic body, because then I can just transfer my brain waves into the body, and then I'll still be here. Robo Dad, still in full effect. Right, right. See, exercise is the other key, but discovered. Just I think I may have been saying that they had discovered that that's when my gallbladder was jacked up, and then they did that, and then after they did that, a dude went in to do another procedure, and he messed that up, and then when he messed that up, that's what left me hospitalized for the majority of that year in 2019. And then the recovery was just putting everything back together. I mean, I had lost weight. They had scraped fat out of me and muscle and whatever else they had to get rid of in order, I guess, to square this way or separate the muscles rather in my abdomen, because that whole muscle wall is in two halves. It's like, oh my goodness gracious. But coming to a theater near you soon. The Surgery. Just kidding. Starring no one but me. Well, in the operating room. Ha ha ha. Me and the physicians. Crazy. Is he waiting for the robot legs? Jake P. Yes, sir. Grandma's Boy. I love that movie. Like, I actually need to go watch that when I'm done this afternoon making dinner. I believe I shall find that and enjoy it. Thanks, Ev. It was that's what I was kind of talking about with the attorney thing, because I had tried to find some attorneys, and then every attorney keeps telling me I have a case, but no one can articulate what it is. And I believe I know what needs to be articulated. And this last attorney that took me through the last 4 months of whatever, and then, told me, you have a case, but my nurse can't articulate what it is that she can see, and so on and so forth. I just honestly believe I know what the heck it is that needs to be said, but I'm not an attorney, so the only thing I can do is make the suggestion, which I will do, and then if they want to run with that, cool. But bottom line is, what's there is solid enough to be there. It's what happened. And I'm just like, I don't know why there always has to be like this next level of weirdness that goes with it in order to make it work. So once I figure that out, I'll get it done. It's just crazy. Oh man, awesome! Thanks a lot, brother. Good to see you too. I have been jumping through mad hoops this week too. Just it seems like I had to get boxes for my daughter, and then we had to pack that stuff up, and then we were still dealing with the stuff that I had going on in the back, with that, and then there's the apple tree, and then there's been time being spent more because the work week is the work week, so the weekends are really super becoming okay, let's go to dinner, or let's go do this, or let's go do something. So good in a good way, there's more family activity popping off, which is what I'm looking for, because after my hospitalization, I really appreciate things in a different light, and I enjoy really being at home with my family, and traveling and all that good stuff. I haven't even taken a trip yet because my body I'm not comfortable yet. So I haven't even taken a trip just yet, but I'm hoping that after this surgery and get through all this, I'm be ready to at least go to Dallas, Texas and watch the boys play. Don't slug me. You know you want to. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope so, Ev, because it would be nice if the attorney, would just listen to what I have to say, and then it works, in that aspect, because this fool almost killed me, man. And I'm just like, yo, he gets to move on to another practice in Alaska, and I'm stuck here still reeling, because I'm still having to get repaired from that time period. So, how's this dude just chilling somewhere, and I'm still here stuck in this nightmare that he helped create? So, whatever, man. Hopefully he just gets slapped up by the Most High, and then I'll be like, yo, that's what you get. And not in a cursed way, but just in a, something, maybe he'll lose some luggage. You know what I'm saying? Something, his heirloom watch. I don't know. Shit. Just, the universe is not fair. Sometimes. So. Let's see. Oh man. No, see, I'm thinking that Denver put on a display, but their second team was ready to play. And Dallas was not ready to play. Clearly, their second team was not ready. But not only were they not ready, because there was penalties, I think, is lack of preparedness. So when you got 17 penalties, and they're for, things like holding and offsides, jumping the count, all that kind of stuff, that's lack of preparedness. And I guess maybe also there's that training that has to go in with it, because the whole time they ran with all the young dudes, all these guys haven't played football professionally and so on. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, all right, I'm gonna let it be what it is. But ultimately, you got to sharpen up, man. You just can't even say it enough. Coach. I'm Coach Couch, bro. But couch coaching is definitely different than I'm sure real coaching. So I'll just leave my couch coach comments to my fantasy league, which we got going on soon, right, Clay? So I'm pumped. Like I think you said the third at 11. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Or maybe I won't be, and I'll just be in there just guessing. I got to put together a squad, though, this year that's comparable so I can do some things that'll be great. Man, so, well, I guess I don't know. Say we already got the move covered. I'm just waiting. I'm dreading that because I got to get these boxes. And then they were saying, my wife and my daughter were talking about the fact that, you might have to take a couple of trips. I'm like, you do have a lot of stuff, but I've loaded a brand new oven in the box in the back of my SUV, so I know that we'll be fine. 828. Yeah, okay, cool. Oops, sorry. I guess that was a clean, right? Clean? I'm sure, because, my man was at the game. And thank you for the pictures you sent, too, by the way. That was cool. You sent me pictures of the Dallas-Denver preseason game. And that was pretty neat. Like, I was like, oh, check it out, my man's there. And then, got all these pictures coming. And I was like, that was cool. I was like, we weren't doing very well. But the cool thing is, I had gone to dinner, my wife and my son. And so we were doing that. And then we came home, and then I got the pictures, and that was cool. But yeah, I'm partial to Dallas. Gotta stay in tune and in check with the squidod, because that's what it is. But on some of these days, I'm gonna get some of you dads and moms, somebody's in this studio where we can actually we can actually go over just sharing the different areas in the room that we can slide to. This one had this look, of course. That one over there, that's this guy back here. This is where we could sit and do something over there too. So I'm just like, that's great. Flip, flip, flippity flip. Just want to see if you were paying attention. It would seem like you have. Right, we should gather up the forces and go to one of these Arizona games or Dallas games, something that's, kind of close. You can get to and actually go and watch it. Preseason football is always fun too, because you figure you're getting to see the rookies. Like, I know we all want to see the premier dudes that, you go to see, your first string guys. But sometimes it's cool to go see the backup dudes and you see the first stringers, along the sidelines hanging out, supporting the team, much like you as a fan. So I've been to a couple games and they were all right. Been to Texas Stadium for sure, or AT&T Stadium, excuse me. Been there, and then I had gone to Texas Stadium, old Texas Stadium. So, my man said no Dallas or Denver. Right? Yeah, Dallas, man. The stadium is cool. I liked the way that they had everything set up, and then there's that Walmart that's by the stadium, and whenever they have playoff games or anything really super major events there, they'll pay Walmart for the day to close. So whatever revenue Walmart would have made, they pay them, they close, and then Dallas utilizes that Walmart parking lot for the attendees at whatever events happen at AT&T Stadium. And another cool thing, I like, you go into some stores and you're like, okay, like they have a lot of stuff here related to the team that might be here for the team. Well, at that store, I had never seen more Dallas. They had as much Dallas stuff in that Walmart as they have in the freaking gift shop, I swear, minus the second story in the gift shop. I mean, that was bananas. I was like, there was so much Dallas stuff. I was able to buy actual football, the actual jerseys there at the Walmart price as opposed to going into the stadium and getting them in the gift shop. But I did, of course, have to buy something from the gift shop because, you got to kind of do both, create that balance. And Dallas definitely getting my money. Reggie's a Raiders fan. You know what? And the Raiders look good, and it's cool, and that's where your loyalty should be to your team. So, all I will say is, the Raiders look good thus far, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see how everything pans out. My cousin's a Raiders fan. I know. I have a few other Raiders fans. Jimmy. I know Kathleen. I know a few Raiders fans. Hey, watch your butt. Sit down. If you're gonna sit down, bumping the table with your big self, your big head. Okay. Thanos. He said a Giants fan. Yeah, no, that'd be Jay. Lil J that comes through. He's a Giants fan. Todd, Giants fan. New York Gents, right? So, yeah. I got one friend that's a Panthers fan. I think that's B. He's been a Panthers fan for forever. And that's about the size. Oh, Kansas City Chiefs on a couple of lists. Well, okay. They're back there fighting. I was like, well, not fighting, but playing. I'm just, like, I kept hearing something. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Well, shoot, it's coming down to figuring out what days are the best days to do this. And so far, Monday seems to be a winner. So Monday at 1 o'clock, I will continue to do these casts of deliciousness and conversation. Wednesdays at 1, and then Friday I'm gonna cut out because Friday there's no Friday participants generally, and I can only make this go if we get together and chat it up right here on Dadchop, right? Where we chop it up. Dad style, because that's what you were supposed to say, but I can't hear you, right? So, like I said, I want to get some people in here talking. We can freaking get on some of these other platforms to chat. I'm going to try to figure out the Zoom thing so I can get maybe a couple heads around the screen here and we can all just kind of chat it up. My technical homie, Clay, might be able to aid me in figuring that out. But hey, I got this OBS open. Thanks to my man Shane again. Thank you. Hats off, brother. Really appreciate you partaking your knowledge with me and sharing that with me, rather, and letting me partake of your knowledge. There you go. And that was super helpful. Yeah, he said FanDuel, and I could do that for sure. But I enjoy the one I'm on, the Yahoo Fantasy, and just helps me keep abreast of what's going on. I'm not big on gambling. I probably suck. I'd probably lose, even though my guesses always seem accurate, and I go, man, I would have won. But I bet you, as soon as I go do it, I'm not winning. You two need to stop. What are you guys doing back here? Not the WWE for dogs. So yeah, I thought about potentially doing a Saturday, and I asked pretty much every one of these casts over the last few weeks, or last week rather, even. What works for people, you know. Like I said, Monday seems to be good, and Wednesday seems to be good, and I was thinking maybe a Saturday or two a week. I'm good either way because it's just a chance to chat it up. Like I said, you can't build through the community without being the community, so let's just keep this together, you know what I'm saying? Keep them coming. Everybody can pop in because, like I said, everybody's had different experiences as parents, and maybe some of that insight that can be shared. I'm down to chat it up about. One moment, going to look behind myself. All right, talk to you later, Reg. Peace, bro. What were you doing under there? Goodness. I know Reggie's got the right idea by virtue of the fact that I got to go pick up my son in a little bit, so he'll be getting out of school, and I got to go check on this chicken because I got to make sure that that's defrosting appropriately so that I might be able to prepare it. And outside of that, shoot, we're going to catch up on Wednesday. If you're down, I'll be down to be right here on Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe to the channel down below, right? Of course, everybody's like, down here somewhere, right? From here to here to there to there and down. And don't forget, we got merch, and you can click on the link in the description area below and actually go check out the store. Still gotta get a few more designs up because I'm kind of excited to share that with you guys. But you know, here we are, and here we gonna be. I'm gonna come to you weekly at those times on those days, and we're gonna chop it up because I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Let's see here. Hey, thanks, Clay, and appreciate you tuning in, brother. Love you guys, man. Thank you, Ev, Reggie, Clay, Shane, T. Peace. Loving you. This is Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. See y'all Wednesday. Peace.
I remember how I felt when each one of my babies was born. The amount of warmth and overwhelming love I felt was bar none.